too. If you've ever seen a gorilla, you know that they are huge, they're powerful, they're strong. They recovered in reference C, and they look like they could rip your head off with their bare hands. But we all know that gorillas aren't as mean as they look. In fact, they're known for being gentle giants. So, why don't these incredibly strong animals use their strength to harm others? Why are gorillas so gentle? Hello and welcome to Life Noggin. Today we're answering the question, why are gorillas so gentle? Have you ever wondered why gorillas don't use their incredible strength to harm others? It seems like they could snap a person in half like a twig, so why don't they? Well, it has everything to do with how they've evolved to live in groups. You see, gorillas live in groups called troops. Troops can range anywhere from 5 to 50 members and are made up of adult males, females, and their offspring. Now, in gorilla society, there's a clear hierarchy. There's one dominant silverback male who leads the troop and is basically the dad to everyone. Then, there's the rest of the males who try to stay out of the silverback's way. And finally, there are the females and their young, who pretty much do their own thing. Now, the cool thing about these troops is that even though there's multiple males, they don't really compete with each other. Sure, they might fight a little bit, but for the most part, they kind of just get along. This is because if they were to fight, the whole troop could be at risk. You see, when a silverback male reaches maturity, he leaves his birth troop to avoid competing with his father. However, if a young, strong male stays in the same territory as an older, more dominant male, he runs the risk of getting into a fight with that male. If he's for fight and loses, he may not just get beaten up, he could get kicked out of the troop without any of his family to protect him. So generally speaking, young, strong males will either leave the area or start their own troop. And this avoidance of conflict isn't just because of the potential danger involved. Living in a group provides many benefits, including protection from predators, help in finding food and raising offspring. So, for gorillas, fighting means risking losing all of those benefits. Now, you might be wondering, if they don't fight, then how do they settle their differences? Well, they use something called appeasement. See, if two gorillas want to do something that the other doesn't like, instead of fighting, they'll use a submissive posture to show the other that they won't cause trouble. This usually involves bending over, putting their hands on the ground, and spreading their rear end in what's called a display of submission. Sometimes, one gorilla may even attempt to mount another in this position, which shows just how submissive they are. And guess what? It totally works. No fighting needed. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What if someone outside the troop tries to join and cause some trouble? Well, in most cases, gorillas won't even realize that someone new has joined the troop. Because they spend so much time on things like eating and hanging out with their friends. But if a new gorilla does approach them, they'll probably try to get that gorilla to submit by displaying their dominance. They'll beat their chest, they'll make themselves look big and scary, and hopefully scare the newbie away. There have been cases where a new male gorilla will actually challenge the leader of the troop to a fight. If this happens, the outcome is usually the same. The challenger gets beat up and leaves the troop. This is why you almost never hear about gorillas killing each other. They simply don't risk it. Fighting could lead to injury, and leaving the troop means certain danger. So they just work out their problems peacefully. Now, this doesn't explain why they're so dang strong. I mean, if they don't use their strength to harm others, then why are they so buff? Well, their buffness is actually another defense mechanism. See, when a silverback gorilla feels threatened, he'll beat his chest, make himself look bigger, and try to scare the perceived threat away. Basically, they use intimidation to keep the peace. So even though gorillas are incredibly strong and could literally tear your arms off, they'd rather just look scary than actually hurt you. So the next time you see a gorilla, remember, don't be afraid. Respect their personal space and they'll probably let you be. Unless they're feeling particularly grumpy, then just get out of there. As always, this has been Life Noggin. Don't forget to keep on thinking.